Welcome to the Overanalyzer. Today's episode is very interesting as today we go over The Boys Season 3 episodes 1 through 4. And personally, it was one of my favorite podcasts that I've recorded, especially after recording it. I had a lot of fun. We had some laughs, trying a new format, but I think you should enjoy this episode and listen to the end if you want a special prize.
Hi guys, welcome back to the Overanalyzer, the podcast that we do whenever we get a chance to talk to you about something that we genuinely like or that we all just happen to watch all at the same time. I am one of your hosts, Roger. Thank you. In front of me is...
the middle, the main man, Asael.
Why does yours go longer?
Because I can handle it, because I touched the button.
And to the right of me, the guy that had the laugh, you know what it sounded like, is...
Jose.
What do you mean by that?
All right.
Oh shit, my microphone.
So we're here to talk about, ready guys? 3, 2, 1.
The Boys.
Season 3.
And something about Dune probably too, because we're all reading the book.
We'll get into a little bit of
I mean, yeah, some of us are finished, but whatever.
Yeah, some of us don't fucking listen to audiobooks like a fucking wannabe.
This guy,
It's just me, actually. I'm the only one
This
that's
guy.
not reading the audiobook.
he actually has listened to many audiobooks, but just doesn't want to admit it.
It's not true. It's not many. It was like 5.
I think
Has
I
it
You
been
know
five?
what? We'll let the audience decide what many is.
Has it been 5? Let's see. Lord of the Rings 1. Looking for Alaska. Lost Stars.
Dude, have you seen Looking for a... Oh, wait, you don't have Hulu, huh? I saw it. It's very... I feel like Perks of Being a Wallflower, but it's not, like, super interesting. I thought it was going to have, like, some incest or, like, something crazy, but it was just a car accident.
Honestly, what's it called? The title grabbed me when I bought the book the first time. I was like, looking for Alaska. Is this going to be some cross-country adventure? Because I had just finished reading Paper Towns, and I was ready. And it's like, no, you're just going to be at some preppy, private school in Louisiana or fucking Tennessee or wherever the fuck it is.
I think what I was, like, looking for Alaska, I was like, well, maybe that's the girl's name, and she just goes missing, which is, you know, kind of true.
Yeah.
Let's get to the point, though.
Spoilers.
We're
We haven't even got there yet.
we're talking about the Boys Season 3. The first 4 episodes. The first 3 came out on Amazon, and then the 4th one we saw recently.
On
and
Disney Plus, exactly.
By the time this comes out, the 5th one will probably already be out. No, on Disney
Probably on
Plus.
HBO Max.
All right, so let's go over our thoughts of this season compared to the other seasons, maybe without not giving too much away.
Well, without spoilers, I guess I would say that the season's good. It's better than the previous 2 seasons. And I do like that they are dialing in more on, I guess, people's reaction to either the violence that they live with or just the status quo of the system that they've been a part of.
You know what I tend to think of is I feel like I can't make distinct differences because the first one's mainly Homelander, and then, it's kind of like the intro to The Boys. The second one, they put a villain kind of in it, Stormfront, and then this third one, it's Soldier Boy's like the main person they're looking for related to what they're trying to do for that 3rd season. I just feel like it's a all continuous story, like it never really ends.
Yeah.
Kind of like in how anime is like, oh, you finished the 2nd season, but you're still on the same arc or some shit like that. So, like, right now we're, like, technically still on the same arc because, I feel like the main idea in each season is how would we kill Homelander, right?
Kind of, I guess.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. Did they talk too much about killing Homelander in the first season?
Well, I just think it's always that thing that they think of because, like, people are scared of him. Or I know that in the first season, that's when they started talking about, like, oh, you don't fuck with Homelander. Like, you realize how scary it is being around him.
Yeah.
Especially because I think the first or second episode when he, like, takes down that plane.
No, he takes down that dude with the machine gun first before the plane. And the plane, I
machine
think,
gun.
is, like, the 3rd or 4th episode of the first season.
The machine gun?
Yeah, it's it's a active shooter, like, in a building.
Right.
Yeah.
But I'm referring to, like, when that one guy backed out of the deal and then he, like, lasered the plane down and then
Oh yeah, you're right. Yeah.
You know what? I don't remember that.
It was basically when some guy was trying to buy like whatever superhero from like VOD and, like,
And then he's
lowballed
like,
them or
"Oh,
some
that's
shit.
yeah." He lowballed him. He's like, "No, that's too much." It's like, "Okay, well, this and that." But basically,
Then they sent Homelander to like,
Homelander overheard it and then took it into his own hands. And then she found out, and she's like, "You can't be doing that." And
I won't be showing you my titties again if you keep doing that shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. What'd you think of that?
About this season
of
so
this
far.
third season. I like
Yeah.
this season so far. I feel like it started off stronger than the second season. The first season I think is probably so far the strongest season. But you know, my opinion could change. You know, once the rest of these episodes come out. Although I do want to say that probably the first episode of the season was kind of a little slow, but
Yeah.
I think it's it's picked up. You know, especially that's a spoiler. We're not in the spoiler section yet.
Yeah.
But so far, I think that probably this third season has started off a lot better than the second season so far. I'm not when we were watching the second season, it almost felt like a grind.
Yeah.
There were some episodes that I just was like having trouble staying away for, but so far I'm really digging these episodes. I kind of like that Stormfront's not in this season, to be honest, but
Yeah.
I think she was
Not
good for
real-
one season.
Yeah. I would say I think the first season was a lot more of a grind for me than the second season, just because you guys had already finished it, and you guys were like, "Bro, let's finish this show so we can do a podcast on it."
Oh, yeah.
And I think that this isn't the show's fault. This is just me. Like whenever that happens, I'm always like, "Ugh, I have to do this now," and it becomes a chore.
No, yeah, that's a good point.
Well, that Jose said that I think last time about The Boys that it feels like a chore watching it, because we talked about how the first season they released it all at once and then they started doing it weekly, and then I think Jose said he didn't like that it was like weekly
Oh yeah.
because it was like tiring.
Yeah.
Yeah, like if I get into a show, I'll binge the shit out of it. But that was then. I'm busier now. I kind of like it that it's only one episode a week because, I'm having trouble, finding enough time to watch shows these days.
For sure. That's why I feel like I have to specifically like, okay, I have to decide not to watch this show. Like Stranger Things, I was like, you know what? We're on the fourth season. I've, watched it up to this point, but I'm not going to start any new things,
Yeah.
Like, I haven't seen Boba Fett and, I probably won't for a while.
You can skip it, honestly.
The only thing I might keep watching is like The Mandalorian, but basically I won't, pick
Ooh,
up
you
new
might need
shows.
to watch Boba Fett then. At least the last
you
3
said
or
like
4 episodes, yeah.
Well, you said like up to like the 5th episode or something.
Something like that, yeah. Because you kind of need to watch those episodes to understand what is going on in The Mandalorian. Or they might just do what they did in the first Obi-Wan episode and just give you like a highlight reel of what you need to know.
When did Obi-Wan come out? I haven't
A couple
even...
weeks ago. It's already on the 5th episode.
Oh, it's
The
pretty good.
penultimate.
6 episodes.
Yeah.
It's
not
like
bad.
total?
And it's a
Yeah.
limited series too.
Oh,
So.
Yeah, so it's only one season, so you don't got to be like, oh, yeah, next year I got to keep up with it. Just, if you want to wait for it to all just drop by next week on Wednesday. and
It's on
just binge
Disney
it.
Plus?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I don't have that, so I'll have to steal it from somebody.
But why do you say somebody like it's someone different?
Then my
Someone
sister?
different every time.
I don't know. Maybe I'll meet somebody and they'll have Disney Plus too, and I'll
No,
be able to watch something.
no,
with
you
them.
won't, because they'll be at Disneyland and you'll be fucking at Swing or some shit.
Well,
The only time you'll
the
meet
truth
is
is
at-
I don't want to go to Disneyland. and
Exactly. So you'll never meet somebody that already has Disney Plus like that.
that's not true. Just because I have a giant dislike for Disney parks doesn't mean that the person that I'm
When
with
did you get a
won't.
dislike for Disney
I
parks?
really don't like Disneyland
But why?
because it's really crowded. I don't know.
I mean, that's just like.
I like how you didn't say expensive because he would have sounded broke.
I know, right? It's just really crowded.
Bro,
I-
you go to Atomic, that shit gets crowded. Like, it's different. We dance.
It is different. You dance. I don't have fun at these parks.
Yeah.
What can I say? Other people have the time of their lives. Not me though. I like other things. It's okay.
I don't like aesthetics. I like thrills.
I do like thrills.
Yeah.
That is true.
And now we will be getting into full spoilers for The Boys. You want to start us off, Jose?
There's always that delay where he's looking at his phone. He's like, oh, shit.
Okay. Oh, sorry guys. I was looking at some important government documents.
It's like he was checking to see how much he owes in taxes. Okay, so season 1 starts, and it starts off with the movie from the Dawn of the Seven. You know, it's still kind of...
Yeah.
And seeing it in season 3, I feel like it's kind of like an old joke when it comes to like the parody of like the Snyder Cut.
Well, that's because during season 2, the Snyder Cut was only known by the people, championing it. Other people, including myself, I think, didn't even believe it existed.
I don't know. I feel like by then we already knew that the movie was coming.
No, because there was hints and this and that. There was no official confirmation. So even though there was these things in retrospect that are confirmation because we have seen the movie and we now know what those stills are from, we didn't know for a fact that it was the whole cut.
All right. So point is,
Wait, who originally directed Superman?
Superman?
The one that you guys are talking about, or is
We're
it
talking about we're talking about the boys, but you know how they're parodying
No,
the,
yeah, I
the
know.
Snyder Cut for
Man of Steel?
for Justice League. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Who originally directed Justice League?
Originally, it was Zack Snyder, but the theatrical release was Joss Whedon.
Most of Justice League.
Okay.
And then that's when it was re-released with Zack Snyder with the 4-hour cut.
Gotcha. Okay, so they were making fun of Joss Whedon. And
Oh, they're making fun of the I feel like the company in general.
Yeah.
well, because I mean, if that's supposed to be Joss Whedon, there's like a strong female, well, I don't know if she's a protagonist, but character, and they're like, I don't know, what's her name, Amber, and then other Amber, remember? At the beginning, okay, you guys remember this part where she's just like, pull my hair out. And,
Oh, Ashley.
oh, it's Ashley.
Yeah.
Oh.
No, relax. You're being a
Amber,
little too
Ashley,
animated.
they're like this. They're like the same
You're
thing.
being a bit too animated.
They're
right now.
interchangeable. That name's interchangeable.
See, I hope you date one, and I hope you repeat what the fuck you just said right
those
now.
names are interchangeable. They're
You're
like,
creaking too
I did
much.
date one like 3 weeks ago.
He's making you nervous with how he's sitting in that chair, huh? That's why I'm sitting up like this, because I've assembled chairs like this, and that's why I'm like, I'm not putting my full weight
That's how
on him.
that's how I am. Because I put together those chairs.
You guys, you know what?
For the viewers at home, I mean, there's no viewers, but for
For the listeners at
for the
home
listeners
watching,
at home, we're in my apartment in the office, and they're sitting on my kitchen chairs, which I've assembled. That's why.
Look, I think you need to be more confident in your craftsmanship.
no, it's not craftsmanship, dog. It's his assembly. The craftsmanship's from fucking wherever they made this.
You
In
don't
Indonesia or
trust
China.
these Indo-China chairs, dude? Come on.
Okay, so let's get.
Anyway, so because she rips, well, he has her rip her hair out, and she's,
And she's
like, "You're a
fake-"
fraud."
Yeah, he's like,
You're
I'm
a
a fraud. I'm a fraud.
Say you're a fraud. So, I think that's kind of like I'm saying, it's a dig at him because
At
of the way
Joss,
he writes.
yeah.
It's at the way he writes female characters and
Yeah.
basically saying like he's kind of a little bitch.
Yeah, I feel like it's also a dig towards like directors in general, like quote unquote. I don't know what the term is, but like ghost directors is the only thing I can think of.
Oh, okay.
Where like in Tombstone, it was like George Stephanopoulos or something like that, but in reality, it was not Val Kilmer. Kurt Russell.
Kurt
that
Russell,
actually
yeah.
directed most of Tombstone.
But yeah, basically, they're watching the movie, and then Huey's there with all the soups, and then it's kind of weird seeing Huey with them, like knowing that he's kind of like the enemy, and they know he's the enemy.
Yeah.
But they're kind of just like if it's all over, and they're just kind of like, well, fuck you too. And then after, or they go to a party to get this soup called Termite, who I think was in the first season. Remember at that?
Yeah,
one?
he was at that like seedy bar.
CD bar. So Termite's power is like an Ant-Man power and he can shrink, but this dude's like butt naked when he does it. So they go to try to, and they want to like arrest him, and they don't want to kill him. Butcher does, but Huey's like, nah, bro, you can't be killing people.
Yeah.
So they find him, and he's like fucking a doll.
Yeah, Barbie doll, and then he's like, imagine if this shit had a pussy.
Jesus. And then Kimiko and Frenchie are kind of following him, and then they follow him into this one room, and then we see
I'll describe it. Basically, what happens is he's like tongue fucking his boyfriend, and his boyfriend says, "I want you inside me," and he slaps his cock on the table.
dude,
And
no.
then-
Before when he said, "I want you inside me," he was gonna go up his butt. You know, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah, because I already knew shrinking was gonna play a part in it, and I was like, it's gonna go up his fucking crack. Nah, homeboy goes up his urethra. He's a fucking human sounding
I
device.
can't believe he went up that dude's dick hole, dude.
Do you think that shit feels good though?
Listen, Linda, listen.
Why don't
listen.
you find out?
Listen,
Why
Linda,
don't you
listen,
fucking
Linda,
find
listen,
out, bro?
Linda, listen.
Listen, Linda.
No, but what I was thinking was, I was like, you know what, like that has to, he was just like rubbing the walls and just, and I was like, maybe. I mean, is that how that works?
Do you think that's one of those things that actually feels good, or it tickles
Look-
so bad that you feel nervous saying it tickles, so you just say it feels good?
I don't know. And then the dude, he was like, go up to my prostate,
Oh,
my prostate,
yeah.
babe. I was like, yo, it's not right,
That's like deep in there, isn't it?
yeah, it's deep in there.
dude. And then when he crawled in there, I cringed the most when he crawled in like the pee-pee hole, because I'm
Yeah.
like, oh, I don't think the women have to know the uncomfortableness of that. But
Yeah.
basically, they're also doing coke, and then this dude like looks like he has to sneeze, and he sneezes, and then
Yeah,
he just
bro, that shit was brutal.
he just
as hell.
breaks the dude in half, and he grew up in size while he was in his dick and
Yeah.
killed the dude, and that was very graphic. And I don't know how long. That's like pretty much into the first part of the episode.
Mm-hmm.
And then Frenchie comes in, this and that.
Yeah. Also, we
Butcher
do have
backs
to
him up.
mention that there's like some I don't know if it's called character building or foreshadowing or something, but we get a moment where Kimiko is seeing someone play the piano and she starts to sing in her imagination. And I can't help but think that what happens in episode 4 has been being foreshadowed in these first 4 episodes.
Remind me.
With when they find Soldier Boy. And then he shoots the fucking at her and she's not healing.
Oh yeah. Okay. Well, let's just go through the quick parts of episode 1.
Yeah. So that happens.
It's like Jose said, it's a bit slow, but I think it's kind of like catching up on the other seasons and like what it's affecting this season. So then, the rest of the season they can just progress the plot, and you don't have to worry about like
set up
Set up.
basically everything.
set
so
up
that
in the
way,
first episode.
That way they don't have to play catch up later on.
MM's basically retired.
He was wearing a suit and he's got a morning routine.
He's got like an actual job, and he's like legit happy, and
He finally has his own apartment.
His season ended right there, and then
Yeah.
what was it? Homelander's like apologizing like all on these
I
news
just fell in love with the wrong woman.
Stan is like, oh, I'm gonna retire, get out of this game.
Oh, they his character introduces Temp V, which gives people superpowers for 24 hours.
And I kind of got excited for that with this season, because I remember you were explaining that was like one of the main things in the comics. Like that's how
Yeah.
they competed.
Yeah, I will say, I am less excited about that aspect going forward this season.
For obvious reasons, I'm
I
assuming.
was for the first 3 episodes, but then after episode 4, I'm like, maybe if they go the way they're going about it, because that's the reason why the first 2 seasons were so good, is because they're
They had to
just
be
humans.
creative.
Yeah, so they couldn't just meet Homelander and be like, "Oh, you can't,"
I agree, but I feel like they'll balance it out somehow.
Especially with how
season.
they what happened in episode 4 and shit.
Well, so to me it seems like at least in
There you go.
what was I forget which episode it was that Butcher met up with Gunpowder. Was that the second episode or
Third.
the third episode?
Might have been the third. Yes.
It was
The
the
third
third.
episode.
It was
Okay.
second or third.
It was third.
But
Okay.
let's jump around to there.
No, it
they
was
make,
the second one.
They make Starlight co-captain. She doesn't want it, but then he's like this and that. And then they're like trying to find the 2 replacements for the 7.
Mm-hmm.
And then Supersonic is like the head that like people's like, oh yeah, we want him. And it's Starlight's ex-boyfriend.
Yeah,
And then you see that Stormfront's still alive, and she's like just got one hand.
she's fucking Anakin.
She is Anakin, and she totally jacks off.
She's just a human fleshlight at that
Oh
point.
my god, dude, that was so sad
Yeah.
and just disgusting and wrong, bro.
It's so funny though, because you could see how much he loves Homelander, and he's just like, "You're just a flashlight to me now.
Yeah.
You're useless."
Yeah, like she finally saw that he doesn't give a shit about her other than having her as like an ego boost.
Literally a human flashlight.
Literally a human ego fleshlight boost. Like
That too, yeah.
like that she she is Instagram to him. She's an Instagram like to him is what it really is, dude.
So what happens to close out that
So
first
like
episode?
next to nothing.
I was just gonna say real quick though that I was laughing at the line when she's like, "And then we'll bring about the master race," and he's like, "What? No,
Well, I was
I
like, what?
am the
No.
master race. I am it. That's the whole point of
He
me."
still feels the same way. He's like, no.
It's so funny because it's like, it's I guess it's like a cool like little subversion of like that whole thing. It's like what he still believes is evil, but at least it's not like completely racist.
What do you mean by that?
I mean the bitch.
But okay, so Maeve introduces Butcher the Temp V, and then that's when Huey finds out that Victoria Newman's a soup. And then what I found interesting about her powers is it's all a dojutsu, and you gotta like look, and then she's like exploding like the hand, but and the guy straight up is like pointing her head away because he knows the deal.
Yeah.
Yeah. She has to look at you to blow your whatever up.
Blow your fucking ball mind.
I wonder if she really could blow up Homelander's head.
I think that's the main question everybody's talking about. Let's say somebody, is asking that question right now, the audience. I think we know as much as you. It's very possible, but she has not tried it yet. I think it's very possible, but we really don't know.
Yeah, I mean, Homelander is really, really scary.
I honestly think it wouldn't kill him in one shot. Like, maybe
Yeah.
it'll blow off a chunk of his head or something, but it wouldn't blow up his whole head, I feel like.
Yeah.
Because there's like a part in the comics when like he's missing like half his face or something, right?
That's at the end when he dies, moments after, though.
Okay.
Right. But point is, it's very possible, but it's very possible that she tries it and dies and he's not like dead. So
Well, because he's fast. I mean, we don't get to see how fast he really is or how strong he really is, because he most of the time you just see him doing things that are pretty much effortless to him. We haven't actually seen him go toe to toe with anybody who's anywhere near as strong as he is. He's basically just waving his hand and just fucking shit up, and
Or just looking at shit and going,
just lasering stuff. So we don't even know how strong he is. And so in that universe, when people see him do all of this stuff, like it must have like this strong psychological effect on people. Like they just don't even want to think about going up to him and even, trying to hurt him in any way, because they figure their life will probably end before they can even scratch him.
Yeah. Homelander's like a petulant child with a loaded, buckshot shotgun.
No, dude, he's like a petulant child with a nuke like in his lap.
Who do you,
Who
do you guys
read the room.
hold on. I saw a video on this, so I don't have an opinion. I just copied the video's opinion. But who do you think would win in a fight? Homelander or Omni-Man?
It's hard to say.
Remember you said that. What about you? I said.
I would want to say Omni-Man.
Okay.
Omni-Man or Homelander? Omni-Man or Homelander?
And for those who might not know or haven't seen the show, it's based off of the show Invincible, based off of the comic, and he's kind of like what do you call it?
They're Superman, basically.
They're Superman.
But he's more like, what's the thing from Dragon Ball Z?
It's
Saiyan.
like Super Saiyans. Yeah, that was another thing I remember from reading.
Well, it's hard to say because we haven't seen Homelander fight any of the 7, and that would probably be the best analog for kind of determining
thing to compare it to. Yeah.
Yeah. Like that would be some way for us to compare it to see how he would fare against any of them. But the thing is that Omni-Man one-on-one against any of the superheroes that are
we already saw that.
Guardians of the Globe,
that are compared to like any of the other Justice League heroes. I mean, he could go through anyone individually like they were tissue paper. Like he doesn't even.
No, like cardboard. He had to struggle a couple of times, but ultimately he got the job done.
But that was with them together. Well, okay, hold on. Let me think about this. He went one-on-one with the Flash character, right? With Red Rush.
Yeah.
And if Red Rush continued to like evade him, I mean, there's. I guess Red Rush was probably fast enough to avoid Omni-Man indefinitely. But I don't think Red Rush would ever have been able to actually kill Omni-Man by himself.
Let me put it to you this way. One of these people is a trained soldier from birth, from a culture where might is right.
I see what you're saying.
Literally, there are two weaknesses, and this is from the comics, not so much from the show. So I don't know if they're going to keep it up in the show. But is essentially fighting on the surface of the sun or supersonic frequencies.
Okay.
The other is a man-child with a nuke.
Yeah, I guess that's the best way to explain it. I think another thing that it's kind of a spoiler for
I mean,
Invincible, but I feel like it's similar because in Invincible it's like, oh, Omni-Man, and then Mark's like our only hope to fight Omni-Man because he's basically like him. He just has to mature more, like get stronger. And then because what was it? They like have a very slow aging process.
Yeah.
And then I felt like that's kind of a similar thing that maybe they look at Homelander's son. They're like, oh, he might be our only hope at one point.
Maybe.
But my point is that I mean, in terms of raw strength, who would like it? You know, who would win in that fight? But I do agree that Omni-Man would fight Homelander in the dirtiest way possible. He wouldn't just let himself go, you know, head to head, raw power kind of fight. You know, Omni-Man, like you said, is a trained soldier, tactician. You know, his whole culture is really Spartan.
Yeah.
He's a survivor. That's what he does.
No, he's a conqueror.
Well, he's a conqueror, and you know, but the thing is the way that they test each other is basically killing each other. He had to survive, is what I mean. So, yeah, I mean, it's probably you're right. Omni-Man would be the winner, but I'm trying to compare them in terms of actual raw strength, like
in terms of
like who would be able to punch the other in the stomach and bust through the other, you know, like Omni-Man did to what's his name?
Abe Lincoln.
Yeah.
So with context in the show, in Invincible, Omni-Man does tell Mark he redirected an asteroid the size of Texas.
Oh yeah, that's right. Would
And
Homelander
Texas,
be able to do that? I don't think so.
I mean, he wouldn't be bothered to, but because that's all the thing. He does have strength, but it's never been developed. He hasn't had to like do anything for the most part. The extent of any of his strength or like fighting is just shooting things and standing there and not getting hurt.
I see.
When he actually experiences pain, ooh, I can't wait to actually see that later on in the show because I'm sure it's gonna happen when Homelander actually has like an actual battle ahead of him.
Yeah, and you know what? Are we going on to the second episode now?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, we kind of just have to go over the main parts. You know, they're kind of looking for the main point of the first few episodes is they're trying to look for something to kill Homelander, and then Maeve's like, oh, they killed Soldier Boy, and this is when he gets brought in because you know Soldier Boy up. No, I was kidding. But they're trying to find out what killed him because the story is that the Russians or somebody had a weapon. They killed Soldier Boy, and they want to use that to try to kill Homelander and give him a chance.
Yes, it was the Russian or the Russian-backed military in that place.
Nicaraguan backed
Death troops, yeah.
Death something.
Whatever sounds scary on the 9 o'clock news.
Yeah.
What do you guys say we take a caller? How about that?
Let's take a caller.
Let's take a caller. All right.
What's up, dude?
What's up? How you doing?
I'm chilling, man. How are you doing?
Good. How are you? You called in. Did you have any questions about the boys podcast?
Yeah. So I figured I want to know your opinion on where you think Huey's gonna go with like having tried out the Temp V, seeming like, you know, he's kind of like getting like that feeling of like power after like being kind of like bullied for so long. Like, where do you think he's gonna go with it now?
You know what? That's an interesting question. I feel like that's a question that we're kind of thinking about now, especially with Butcher. But I feel like with Butcher, maybe it's one of those things that he gets corrupted a little, and then maybe he tries to fight back. You know, like I hate to compare it to this, but like in Euphoria, when a person turns an addict, and then you're kind of waiting for them to not be an addict or stay clean.
Yeah.
Did you guys hear the question?
Yeah, we heard the question.
But yeah, with Huey, it's interesting because he used translucence power, so I don't know if it's specifically, you know, you get a certain power, you know, you get a little lottery where it looked like Butcher kind of had like Homelander powers. So
wait, Huey turned invisible?
Yeah,
I thought he had super speed and like ran out of his clothes.
He teleported.
Oh, that's a good point because
he teleported
because he was naked. His dick was out.
So I thought I thought he was invisible and then, you know, got out of his clothes. It's possible he could have teleported or ran super fast.
I think it was ran super fast.
Maybe he ran super fast. What do you think?
I thought he teleported.
I think he teleported. I think he teleported or maybe ran fast because like seeing that like he just kind of left his clothes like sitting there, which was kind of funny because I thought ironically like if you think about it, like Butcher gets like you said, he kind of gets his powers are kind of like Homelander, which is kind of like his archenemy. And then if you kind of think about it, whether he has like super speed or he teleported, Huey in a way kind of gets A-Train's powers, if you think about it, which is like kind of like, how the show started with him being his archenemy. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I feel like that's a pretty good comparison. I think for the most part, I feel like, and maybe if gets it, he gets what Soldier Boy's powers.
So he would just be super strong then, probably.
Yeah, he'd be super strong. But yeah, I think it's a very interesting insight. Kimiko already has powers, but as we saw in the fourth episode, maybe she might start to lose them. And I feel like she had more like Black Noir powers, right? Because that's kind of like how Black Noir is.
Yeah.
But yeah, man. Did you have any more questions for us?
What do you think anybody else is going to be trying to like use the temp V? Like, do you think it'll become a bigger part of like the boys themselves, or do you think it would just stay with like Huey and Butcher?
You know what? That's a good question, because in the comics, I think they all take it to kind of
compete, they all
right?
take it to be able to fight and not die.
They take it to be able to fight, which I thought it was always interesting about the first two seasons, because once I found that out, I was like, oh, it makes it more interesting. And then we kind of mentioned before that it's kind of we'll see how this goes, because now they can kind of compete. But then I feel like the withdrawal factors would come in, or it would balance out to how the powers might affect the heroes in this situation.
So two interesting things. One, when Huey punches through that guy, that same thing happens in the comics when he first gets the compound V, because in the comics,
I noticed that when he like accidentally like punched him super hard. I was like, oh, it's like in what Brothers telling me in the comics is that he like punched through him accidentally, and he's like, I'm sorry.
Yeah, but also in regards to withdrawals, there was an episode of The Boys Diabolical on Amazon Prime, which was by the same animation studio that did Invincible, where there's a couple that keeps taking a certain compound V like formula that makes them look pretty and like all like fucking superhero looking. Like a dweeby guy looks like, an Adonis, and like a whatever cat lady looks like a sexy furry. Not that I know what that looks like. And they get hooked on this stuff.
Yo, what?
Stop. And they get hooked on this stuff, and they whenever they have withdrawals and they don't get the compound V, their physique just starts to melt, like literally. So we might see something to that effect, maybe. I don't know. Maybe not so much the melting, but definitely some ugly looking withdrawals.
Okay.
All right, sir. Thank you for calling in. I appreciate the call in. Best of luck to you.
Thanks, man.
All right, you have a good one.
Have a good day.
You too.
Wait, who was that? I couldn't tell.
that was Gabriel.
Okay, I wasn't sure.
You should have introduced him. You should have. So what's your name, sir? Or something like that.
I feel like I did, but maybe he didn't.
You
say.
didn't.
Okay, that was Gabriel. That was one of my dear friends that really wanted to call in. Has been keeping up with the boys as well.
Hell yeah.
I have one more question. It's not a call in. I couldn't get enough call-ins this time, but we have a question.
We were so overloaded with call-ins that we just couldn't squeeze them all in, so we had to do it by seniority.
No, it's like I didn't have a system, so I just. All right, this one's from Joshua Rodriguez. He just graduated. Congratulations. We hope that he's a future teacher. Yes. All right. His first question is, do you think Huey will become addicted to temporary V? This is, similar question to our last guest or our last call-in, but do you think he'd be addicted to it? Because at the end of
I think he already is.
Possible, because at the end of the fourth episode, wouldn't you agree, Jose, that he was kind of looking at his arm and there was like a light in it and he kind of like enjoyed it? I think it's possible that Huey might get addicted to it just because it seemed like he really enjoyed it, and he's like, oh, like I always have to be rescued by Starlight. I want to stand up for myself and actually have the power. So yes, I do think that he would be addicted to it in a sense. Yeah,
I agree.
Yeah, homeboy looked like he was going through his first high. Fucking.
That
he
did.
Looked like he was in an episode of Euphoria. Fucking. Still don't know my name.
I still haven't seen all of that show.
Yeah. But you saw the first episode and you're like, whoa.
You're like, what the fuck?
that show's fucking weird.
And then Jose's like, does she have a pee-pee?
What do you mean by that?
It's because she's transgender. That's why. Anyway, any more thoughts on the addiction? We kind of all agreed that it looked like he'll be addicted to it just based on how he was kind of built up in the first few episodes. The second question, do you really think A-Train told Homelander, or did he just say that to create drama within the Seven? Do you remember what happened at the end of episode 4?
I think A-Train is scared fucking shitless.
I think he folded.
A-Train folds, dude. That's his character.
That's true.
He doesn't have character. That's who he is.
He doesn't have integrity. He gave up his, quote unquote love.
Yeah, that's true.
I think
Bro,
he's
the fucking Pepsi commercial.
Well, but also like
Oh yeah, dude, that reminded me. Like, didn't Kendall Jenner do something like that?
yeah.
It kind of reminded me of like it reminds me that A-Train I feel like is an influencer and he's just trying to like chase the clout, and now
Yeah.
that he's becoming irrelevant, he's trying to do like whatever it takes.
yeah, pretty much.
Also, you ever notice how A-Train's like running sound is like a train like fading in and out? The
Yeah, I agree.
fuck was that?
Burger. But yeah, I don't know. And then I thought he was kind of onto something when he was like trying to do something good, but you know, he folded, like you said.
Yeah.
The Deep got in, and he's like, "Bro, the
Bro.
Deep is over me." Like, no, I can't. So I do think that he folded, and I think he thought realistically, I'd rather be on Homelander's side than try to fight him and die. Because you know, Maeve is like, "Oh, I'm trying to train. You know, buy us some time so we could try to kill him."
Yeah.
Starlight's like, "Yeah, I'll help you." And then she's like, "I'll get my homeboy Supersonic." Supersonic saw that he was A-Train was struggling with the Deep and the Deep and Homelander, because Homelander's like, "I could see you through your girdle, you fat fuck."
I can see your girl, you fat fuck.
I was acting.
But yeah, I think. Oh, dude, when the Deep was eating the octopus,
Oh, that was
He's
so
praying.
wrong. Praying. What was his name? Timothy?
Yeah, Timothy.
Oh,
Fucking his wife eat the fucking octopus.
dude, that was really fucking.
and no, remember
Hard to
when
watch,
when
dude.
A-Train brought up the crime or like the killing of the black dude,
Mm-hmm.
and then the Deep told Homeland, like, "Yeah, what would we want to like de-police or whatever?"
You'd look soft on crime. That's totally bad for your home base. And Homelander's like, that's actually a really good point. Yeah,
Really
you're
good
right.
quote. Why would we want to do that?
How surprised he was.
But
Dude, his wife does scare me. I'm like, fuck, that's a different kind of person.
Who?
The Deeps.
The Deep's wife. Yeah,
it's more,
dude.
she's more of like a media manager rather than his wife, huh?
A media manager that fucks him to keep him happy.
I guess.
It was a misinput.
You know what's funny though is that when he was fucking her, he was totally
Looking at the octopus.
looking at the octopus, dude. What the hell?
At the octopus.
And then I was like, wait, that's a dude. The octopus is a dude.
yeah, yo.
Was that octopus a dude?
His
Was
name
that
was Thomas.
Timothy?
His
Timothy,
name-
yeah.
I thought it was Timothy. I thought it was Thomas. It's
Yeah.
Timothy.
Yeah. Yeah. He was looking at Timothy's fucking octopusy.
Oh my god.
Yo, the Deep don't discriminate when it comes to sea life.
I guess not.
He said we're all gender fluid.
Yeah.
I don't know anything about octopus biology.
I'm sure there's a hole there somewhere.
Do you think the octopus wanted to be eaten?
No,
Not in that way.
Like he,
no,
like he was just like,
he was literally eaten alive, dude. Literally eaten alive. Imagine being literally eaten alive.
Yeah.
yeah.
Is octopus eaten alive sometimes?
I have no idea.
I don't know, but he made it sound like it was a delicacy or something.
I mean, octopus
I mean, it
can
might
be,
be, yeah.
but
I just
'cause-
don't think that. I just don't think he was prepared. The
No.
octopus was prepared or at all. It's just out the fish tank.
Yeah, there is like a humane way to kill them where you just like smack them on their forehead and then they turn white and they
Yeah,
die.
no, that's squids.
That's good.
I'm pretty sure that's squid. I don't know if it's the same,
Oh,
but
no, you're
I
right,
know
you're right,
for
you're right.
sure it's squid.
I have seen like a video of like I think it was an octopus. Like it was a sushi restaurant, obviously, and the chef like held him by like the head, got his long ass knife and just fucking
Whack.
chopped his head off. And I was like, holy shit! The tentacles were still moving. He fucking flattened them out. I was like, shut the fuck up! And just chopped them up. I was like, god damn.
Wild.
Well, you don't know what else to say.
I couldn't
Wow.
hear that. What did you say?
That's wild.
Yeah, you're
fucked
too
up.
far from the mic.
That was fucking wild, bro. Oh, but so earlier we were talking about
Whack.
how the characters were gonna take the Compound V and how that might mean that they are on par with characters like Homelander
Yeah.
and things like that, and how that might ruin some of the drama, some of like
Yeah.
the suspense and anticipation because they're not as fragile anymore, right? It's like, you know, they can't be killed anymore. They've got the bulletproof god armor, and that's kind of not what the boys
Plot
is
armor.
about.
Yeah,
Yeah, the
well-
plot armor.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, more that they're not as vulnerable. Not that they're indestructible, because they can all still die. In the comics, spoiler alert for the comics, everyone but Huey dies. That's Kimiko, Frenchie, and Mother's Milk. Butcher dies too, because I think Huey kills him to stop Butcher from killing everybody else.
Oh, okay. Well,
Whack.
so I don't think so, and the reason is and like I was mentioned earlier, is in the gunpowder episode when Butcher got hit by the bullets from the gun, they actually threw him around, and they actually did start to penetrate him. It's just that he's obviously more durable now.
Oh, kind of like Kimiko when she got shot in the head.
Yeah.
She went full Wolverine.
Yeah. So I think that they're still vulnerable.
The bullet came out.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, next to Homelander, next to Homelander, yeah. I mean, it seems like they can take a couple hits from Homelander now, because Homelander probably won't know that they're on the V, and so he'll be pulling his punches. Basically, he'll be like, oh, I can kill you with the wave of a hand, and
Like a flick.
and then so that it'll just catch him off guard. He'll be like, they didn't automatically die, and then he'll go 90%.
You ever notice how we never saw what
destroy
Supersonic's
them.
powers is?
No, I have no idea.
The reason we say never saw is because I'm sure the people watching this would know, but let's remind the audience who listens to this a year later. It looked like Homelander cut his leg off and then like crushed his skull.
Yeah.
And then I was like, man, I know somebody was asking the question. And I was like, do you think he really died? And I was like, I think so. I don't think he was that important.
Yeah.
What was his name before Supersonic? Drummer Boy?
No.
No, I don't know.
Didn't he change his name?
He did. Yeah. I don't remember.
He rebranded.
It
bro.
might have been Drummer Boy. Yeah, you're right. Because in the comics, that's who Annie dates and shit.
Drummer Boy.
Yeah. I'm also really glad with their takes on the superheroes just in general in the show and like in this new season, because a lot of these like hero characters in the comics, like where they spawn from is from the writers' disdain and resent of having to write superheroes. So at the core, every superhero, like the way he views them is that they are overpowered but pathetic on the inside. Whereas in The Boys, they are overpowered and not necessarily evil, but like they're overpowered and they are a danger to us all, kind of a thing. Like they're not always as
Story, Mark.
I'm just gonna shut up. I'm gonna
No, he's like, I'm just gonna leave.
I'm just gonna
All right.
I'm not gonna take this. I'm not gonna take this.
Shut up. But wait, I don't know if we forgot, but Stormfront kills herself, and they said
Oh,
that
yeah.
she like swallowed her own tongue.
Oh, and what did they say? She $1 million babied herself. I
Yeah.
haven't seen that movie, so I have no idea what
When
happened.
she said that, I
Bro,
was like, wait, what
it's actually a pretty
happens?
good movie. It's a Clint Eastwood directed movie.
Wait, does she kill herself by
Bro,
biting
just
off her own
watch
tongue?
it. Just
What?
Watch it.
Okay, all right. I'll try and watch it this Friday.
I don't know what it's on, so you're gonna have to look for it. You might have to just rent it on Prime.
I might. Let me see. $1 million baby. If anybody knows what it's on, I'll
It was
probably
on
know by the
Netflix
time you
like a
tell
couple
me.
months ago, so it doesn't matter anymore. But yeah, no, it's just because like it's Soldier Boy. Like in the comics, he was like obviously Captain America, but he was Homelander's bitch. And there's like even a scene where he wets his pants, to where like the writer took every opportunity to like just take the piss out on
Soldier
this
Boy
character.
really racist?
No more than everybody else.
Welcome to the rice fields, motherfucker.
Jesus.
That? Like that racist?
God damn.
I guess I'm just probably gonna have to rent it on Amazon Prime.
Yeah.
I
No.
mean, I think
It's on HBO, but I don't have HBO.
No.
oh, like Max.
Yeah, I don't.
So we have any predictions for the rest of the season. By the time this comes out, episode 5 will come out.
And we'll look like fools if we're wrong.
And
but if
the-
we're right, we'll look like we had watched ahead.
And the last thing that happened was that Homelander killed Supersonic.
Yep.
And Huey and Butcher tried the Temp V. Mm-hmm. And it seems like Kimiko might die, and that Soldier Boy's gone.
Yeah. It feels like she's probably going to die because they've been building up like her and Frenchie like escaping somewhere else.
Or her having like a sad death.
Yeah, I don't think she's gonna die yet. They're probably gonna pump her up full of Temp V, and then she's gonna die later. That's what I think is gonna happen.
Agreed.
That could happen, yeah. I just don't want them to do that.
You want her to die now?
Yeah.
You don't want to see her get like ripped apart by Homelander in a future fight.
No, because I feel like this is a good dignified death in the sense of like it affects the team and makes them all reassess what's
You know
going
what?
on.
I don't feel like she would die, or I don't feel like the next episode would start with her dying because I just don't feel like TV does that. I don't know. Because
Well,
when
this is
someone dies, they
streaming
want to
TV.
make it seem like super dramatic and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, it wouldn't be like she died off screen kind of
I
thing.
can't
for
hear
sure. They probably wouldn't kill her off screen.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's like one of the weakest ways to go out. You know.
Yeah.
Okay.
Agreed.
Agreed. Any other predictions, Roger?
This is less of a prediction and more of a wish. I hope that Soldier Boy ends up joining the team.
You know, I thought that at first because I saw some promotional material that had him like dressed up like kind of like the Boys Incognito.
Yeah.
But then I was like, the way he's described, it seemed like he was a piece of shit. So I don't know.
Yeah, but so is Butcher.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's just the piece of shit that, I guess.
Dude, the flashback when Mallory was in, what was it called?
Nicaragua.
Nicaragua.
Yeah. That shit was fun. Fucking Swaddle giving them away.
He's like, get the fuck down. And then just, somebody got blasted. Who was it that got
It was
blasted?
Carlos. He was like, Senora Mallory.
And then
Yeah.
she stops the store and he's like, hold on.
Yeah.
Hold on.
And then Gunpowder was trying to help,
And he was
had
just
that
mowing everybody down.
He was
Every-
mowing
oh, no.
down friendlies. Yeah.
No, that's how it started off. Is I forgot what Scarlet.
It was
something?
Crimson Countess. She shoots people and it's
somebody's
two
like,
people.
that's one
Those
of
are
my
my
men.
men.
yeah.
She's like, whatever.
Shit,
I'm like,
ooh,
damn.
my bad.
I was like, to be fair, I can't tell the difference, but yeah,
Oh,
you shouldn't just be shooting at
We
people.
also get confirmation that Black Noir is not a Homelander clone.
That's true, but
Oh, yeah.
I think it's more along the lines of the actor or the stunt guy that's behind Black Noir because he's actually black,
Actor,
and
yeah.
then it's like he's actually black.
What do you mean by that?
But and then we saw what happens to his face. He kind of gets like blown up.
Yeah.
And then
And-
what was it that the actor actually had like the tree nut allergy and it made it into the show, right?
Yeah. Yeah, we see why he keeps his helmet
And
on
then
now.
what was his name? Not Gustav.
Oh, Stan Edgar.
Stan Edgar. He's like eating nuts and he's like, put that away. You know that shit'll kill me.
Yeah.
And he's like, I want to take off the mask. He's like, nah, you look better with the mask on.
Yeah. Our demographics show that people like the strong, silent type ninja.
What a story, Mark.
The strong, silent type ninja.
Speaking of strong, silent type ninja, I saw Snake Eyes, the newer
Yeah.
one. That wasn't as good as I thought it was going to be.
Yeah.
It's because it's one of those things where it's like, oh, he's not Snake Eyes until the end. Like, he doesn't get the mask and stuff until the end.
Yeah,
that's
and I
kinda
know how
whack.
much you hate that.
I do. It's like the thing with the Marvel shows, like
Yeah.
Daredevil season 1. Like season 3, I really like Daredevil, 'cause even though he didn't have this the fit on the whole time, somebody still had it. But I like that one more.
Yeah.
Um,
Real quick, the actor in Snake Eyes, not the main guy, but the villain at the end, he is on a show called Warrior on HBO Max. It's pretty.
I think you talked about that on one of the podcasts that we refuse to give volume to. No, I'm just kidding. I don't know. I don't know what that means in that situation, but
Yeah. But, you know, it's pretty good. I still haven't finished the first season, but
love refrigerators.
I didn't even hear what that said.
he said I love refrigerators. But Jose, what do you think are some watches that we need to keep track of? Netflix, HBO, and whatnot. Let's suggest some shows to the people. I mean, Cobra Kai is coming back.
Oh yeah.
What is it, 4th or 5th season? I think it's the
Something like
4th
fifth.
season.
that. 5th season. Honestly, I'm
No,
excited
it's
for the
fourth.
next season. I like the last season.
I don't mind Cobra Kai because it's like 10 episodes and they're all like 30-minute episodes, so it's like super quick. It's not like Stranger Things where it's like a movie each episode. And I'll be honest, I wasn't super excited for that.
I haven't watched the new Stranger Things at all. I haven't heard too much about it.
It's pretty good. Visually, it has some really cool camera
What I
movements.
do like,
it.
what I do like about it is it gets straight to like the plot and it's not like character building. Because I was watching Stargirl the other day, season 2, the first episode, and it felt slow because they're trying to like give a lot of like, what is it called, backstory, background, like
Yeah.
character building.
Character building, yeah.
And one of the scenes was like, oh, I'm going to make breakfast for my parents. Oh, they're too busy for me. Oh, I'm so lonely about myself. And that's all the scene was. Like, dude, like, I don't need scenes to keep showing me that. Like, I know you're lonely. You talk to a pair of goggles. All right. Whereas you're watching Stranger Things, it has like different, it cuts to a bunch of different things. So the pacing's like, you know, good.
Yeah.
Whereas, you know, there's sometimes where like, oh, I don't care. I don't give a fuck about what Elle's doing right now. Show me what Steve
It
and
has
them are
Game
doing.
of Thrones fucking syndrome where you're like, I don't give a shit about Bran. Let me see what's going on with Jon.
Yeah.
Oh, this stuff with Jon's kind of boring. Let me see, but let's see with the Lannisters. Oh shit, we saw some titty
I think it's fair to say that most people didn't like the second season, right?
of Stranger Things. Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, fellas, the other night we were watching Dune, and
Oh, yeah.
after reading it, and I felt like that was very interesting.
Yeah.
The differences between Harkonnen and Harkonnen.
See, I always like I forgot how it was said in the movie. So when I was reading it, like in the book, I kept thinking Harkonnen because that shit sounds cool. And then this fucking nerd to my right over here with the glasses and the fucking linguini ass arms, Jose, he was like, "It's actually Harkonnen," and he's right, but he still has linguini arms.
I think it looks fine in the muscle tee. Although you know, I don't know how long he's had that muscle tee for.
He's had it for about like 7 years,
6-7 years. Yeah.
It hasn't been that long.
5.
All right. Not that you could fit in it.
Could fit in it just fine, boy.
What do you mean by that?
I don't know. I don't know, Roger. Let's not get into our waistlines.
All right.
But yeah,
There's a lot to get into there.
We made it halfway through the movie, and then the next day I found out that that night I found out that you threw up.
Oh yeah, I wasn't even drunk, man.
That's what they always say.
No, I really
But
wasn't.
why
That's
did
what
you
they
throw
always
up?
say.
I think. Listen, my stomach's been acting up because I've been waking up
Getting
earlier for work.
old.
I've been waking up earlier for work, and my stomach takes a while to adjust. Like I'm fine now, but it takes a while to adjust to that schedule. So my stomach's like, "Yo, hold on, we need to adjust." And by that we mean you need to shit your pants. And I'm like, "No, I don't want to do that." Well, throw up it is then. I'm like, "Well, I don't want." You know.
Whack.
I agree.
Yeah. I'm really excited for the second Dune movie
yeah.
when it comes out.
Yeah, Princess Aurelian,
Aurelian.
Feyd-Rautha,
Something like that.
right?
Yeah,
Feyd-Rautha,
Feyd-Rautha, yeah.
Feyd-Rautha Harkonnen. And then I found out that is that a spoiler? Saying the thing about what's her name, Lady Jessica,
Lady Jessica.
about her.
Oh, shh. That is a spoiler.
Okay, yeah,
Yeah.
I won't say that.
Oh yeah.
It's not super important.
I don't think
but
they mention it. Do they mention it in the movie?
not in the
No.
movie.
Okay.
We didn't get there. We were
See,
like,
that's
all
why
right, but
I'm
no.
kind of
that's
hesitant.
right.
That's why I'm kind of hesitant about like keep reading, but at the same time, I feel like it'll be a better experience reading it and then watching
Yeah.
Yeah.
the second half
'Cause
because I
that-
definitely have time. That's not the
Yeah.
issue. I have plenty of time. I have too much time. I got a little more than a year because it's not going to come out until next year in like what, November, September.
Why are you flexing on your time?
I'm not,
I got so much time.
No,
I got
listen,
all
listen,
this
listen,
there.
time, bro.
listen.
If I had time, I'd be collecting fucking investment on that shit and living off of it.
Seriously.
Oh, that's
Interest,
hot.
not investment. I fucked
That's
that up.
hot.
No, I'm not flexing. I'm just I get into podcast talk when people say their like default words just to kind of like make it sound like it's a podcast, and then it goes over into like interviews. Like you ever go in an interview and talk like that?
What?
I think that happened to me one time when I went into an interview and kind of had podcast talk, and then just kind of went saying like words or like trying to get to the point.
Yeah, sure.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Why are you gay?
You gay.
Hey, yo, the pizza here. Oh! My ears burn.
It's the hackiest
Oh.
thing to use fucking sound bites on podcasts, but sometimes they're fucking great.
You know what? I used a little bit. I barely at the last one, and then people said they liked it. So there might be a chance that people said like, "Hey, maybe take it easy on the soundbite."
Yeah.
To which we would say,
What do you mean by that?
no.
Oh, okay, this one.
No. Wait,
We haven't used it all podcast.
Wait.
Because it needs. I don't know.
It needs like a better context. Like, oh, should they do this? I can't wait. It's like I can't wait for Stranger Things season 5.
No. Wait.
I love the half-second delay in that too. It's like we're just waiting for the fucking punchline to hit. What
I
were
think
you
I got
gonna
it
say?
from this. actually.
That we also watched Top Gun recently, the newer Top
Oh yeah,
Gun.
Maverick. Yeah,
Yeah,
shit
Top
was
Gun
pretty
Maverick.
fire.
Yeah, pretty good. And then right before we went, we watched the
Original
OG,
one.
OG Top Gun.
That's kind of like how it was with Blade Runner, because the new one came out and I wanted to watch the new one, but I was like, I should really watch the first one. And remember, we got into that little
Yeah.
what do you call it? That's one of the first few podcasts that we did. This is the second one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because the first one was Tenet.
No, the first one was Dunkirk.
Yes.
You dumb
My bad.
bitch.
Dunkirk.
Shut
Man,
up.
it's been a long time since I've seen that.
modern solutions.
Yeah.
Yeah. Recently watched Blade Runner, the first one, and I had to explain why it was the final cut because I was watching it with Natalie, and she's like, "Wait, how many of these are there?" I'm like, 2. It's like, then why isn't like? Okay, well, listen here.
You know what? I just remembered something that's kind of inconsistent about the gunpowder character.
Sure. Going back to the boys.
Back to the boys is that remember how he ricocheted a bullet off of 3 surfaces to hit Butcher in the face with it?
Yeah.
Yeah. And you saw
he had like none of that ingenuity in the flashbacks at all.
Here's
To be fair, he was younger.
He was a boy. It was his first actual live firefight where the odds weren't in his favor. And he was in deeper than he's ever been compared to then when he is an older man and has a lot of experience in both firing and probably mowing down motherfuckers.
Bro.
And that's a fact.
I thought you were going to bring up the fact that he used a hollow point and that shit somehow stayed intact.
No,
while
well, I thought you were
ricocheting.
just gonna go like, I don't get it. Doesn't make sense. And I was like, bro, like it's a superhero show. I'm gonna be
No.
one of those guys.
No, I'm just saying, like, you know, that was just you didn't see any of that, and you're right, he was a lot younger, but it didn't show any of that. It almost seems like a superpower to him, like he can slow down not slow down, he can speed up his perception so he can take in more.
Yeah.
And actually dial in things like that, but you saw none of that ability in the flashbacks.
To be fair, when he was mowing people down, he was mowing them all down.
Yeah,
How many bullets missed?
That's a good point. But you think he
And
would
also
have
there
known who
wasn't-
were friendly and who was not friendly.
Not when adrenaline kicks in and it's like,
But
they also mentioned it too. Like that's one of ours. Like, and they're like, they all look the same.
No, when they were telling the Crimson Countess, they're like, that's one of ours. She was just like,
No, but I'm pretty sure that the rebel. No. Who were they? Because they were backing the.
See,
rebels.
even you don't know.
They were backing the rebels, and so that means that the opposition would have been in uniform. But then again,
dude, I couldn't tell the difference, honestly.
Yeah.
what
Is that racist?
They
No.
never showed the opposition.
Well, they never showed the opposition. They never showed like a difference in uniforms. But the opposition were Russians, no?
No, the opposition were.
Then why did the Russians get
They were
involved?
Russian backed
They were Russian.
because the government was Russian backed and the U.S. was supporting the rebels to overthrow the
Russians.
Russian
Like right now.
backed government
Yes.
to install their own puppet government in the interest of the U.S. interests.
Yes.
Yes.
That. And so the forces attacking them would have been in uniform. But I guess that goes back to how the super squad, they weren't actual soldiers. They were never actually briefed on anything.
Yeah.
They never had rules of engagement,
Exactly.
given to them. So yeah, I mean, Mal was right to just basically just wave them off like this is going to be a shit show. I mean, and she was right.
Yeah. It is funny how quickly it became a shit show because that is exactly how quickly that shit happens.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
Yeah.
Like very like whenever like there are like civilians that like or people that aren't like military trained or whatever that go into situations like that, they have to be briefed extensively. This and this. Here's what you cannot do. Like you can't have fires because the fire gives away our location, or whatever. And there isn't. Yeah, and then for someone to literally be flying above a tree line where people are monitoring the air, it's like yeah, of course it would give them away like quickly.
So I feel like the what's it called? Flashback is also just an example of why. I mean, you can kind of think about it now. It's like, oh, having soups wouldn't be a good idea in the military, which I think kind of supports the idea that Compound V wouldn't be good. in the military, but Stan Edgar's all for soups and then also kind of profiting off of that, and that's kind of why that one the guy that he was trying to sell it to was probably like, nah, because it's super expensive, and examples like that. Although who knows if that guy knows about that.
Yeah, I think if they were to buy the Temp V, it would probably be only for like special forces and shit. And
but even then, I feel like if it was for special forces, there'd be like enough drawbacks or like a controversy, something happening, like, oh, man killed a whole village or some shit.
No, because that shit happens and it just gets covered up.
The Homelander thing, remember when he like lasered the person?
Yeah.
He was like, hamdallah, hamdallah.
You know what else was fucked up? When he went to go save that the girl that was gonna jump off of the roof, and then he got the news that
that Stormfront killed herself.
The Stormfront killed herself, and then he just fucking just
Told her, do it.
He's like, do it,
pussy.
Just told her to fucking.
Do you think that he pushed her, or she just did it?
She just did it.
I think she did it because she was scared. She's like, well, either he's gonna kill me or I'm gonna jump.
Yeah.
And I don't know what he's gonna do. I think the jumping.
Yeah, because I feel like if he pushed her, that maybe she'd go farther. But I feel like it makes more sense that she just did it.
I think she just jumped, dude. But
when she's a,
It's free real estate.
when she jumped. You don't remember that joke from the last podcast?
no.
The Last Boys podcast when they ran into the wells. Free real estate.
All right.
Shit. That one didn't work. Anyway. So, any closing arguments? Anything we want to bring up? Plug in your socials, your clouts, your clout journeys.
Don't watch fight videos on the internet because you'll see way too many people get brain damage permanently.
Did you hear about that boxer that
Yeah, I saw
died?
that video. Dude, that video
It's not
is
even
weird.
graphic, but it's just like awful that happened.
Have you seen it, Jose? Essentially, it's this boxing. Like, where was the country?
I think it was in Africa.
It's somewhere in Africa. Yeah, there's two boxers fighting, and then like the ref, there's like pauses the fight for whatever reason.
So
and the
yeah,
other boxer gets confused, and he walks towards the corner. And he starts like walking towards the corner to like.
and he starts like
punch.
swinging at the corner, and then
Like,
the
and
other
there's no
guy's
one
coming up
there.
to him, but then the ref's like, no, back off, and then he's like calling the fight.
Waves it off, so the other fighter wins. That dude later died like the next day because he
Yeah.
had like internal bleeding or
Some
kind of
shit,
mental
yeah.
shit. Yeah.
No way.
The video's not even graphic, but just to
Yeah.
know that he died that way is just awful.
Because the way like you just see how he is not okay mentally, and he just zones out and just starts off instinct fighting because he probably is, like blacks out or some shit,
Yeah.
and he's just fighting nothing. He's literally punching air in the corner that he's at.
Yeah, I think I heard this brought up recently that like in UFC there's more like breaks and like injuries, but like in
Yeah.
boxing there's more deaths, huh?
Yeah, because I think in boxing there's a lot more blunt force that happens because of the gloves.
Just straight to the head.
Because the gloves are also heavier too.
It's also specifically to that because
Specifically to the head, yeah. Whereas
because
like MMA is like all around.
there's a lot more things you can do. You don't even have to strike. You can just be a wrestler. I mean, you have to strike.
I
but,
think also the thing with boxing is that you have a concentrated like, oh, they can only hit me on the body or the head, and then maybe you drop your guard on the head and they hit you behind the head, or maybe they hit your liver.
Yeah.
I guess so. What you're trying to say is that
I feel like your guard is more up in UFC because it's like all out, whereas in boxing you're maybe not expecting certain things and then you kind of take a wrong hit.
No, I would say it's the opposite. Your guard is more up in boxing, but in boxing there's two options. So you have half a chance of getting brain damage, whereas in
UFC there's more things
you
that
have
can get a knockout.
not even that. You have less of a chance of getting knocked out because homeboy might be a grappler, might just want to submit you.
Right. I guess there's more avenues to victory in UFC than there are in boxing.
Yeah, because even when people get knocked out in UFC, like from grappling, it isn't because of blunt force trauma. It's like a blood choke, which is, I don't want to say healthy, but it's not nearly as like damning as like blunt force, like
Trauma
blunt
to
force
the
trauma.
brain, yeah.
Like CTE shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, with boxing, I feel like it's also more. We're like, oh, like I want to get a knockout.
Yeah.
Whereas
Yeah.
UFC, it's like, oh, TKOs are more common because they're also kind of looking after. Like, if someone gets knocked down and then homeboy like jumps, Superman elbows the dude on the floor, then and they get like two more shots. They're like, all right, it's done, right?
Yeah.
They call it early
If they-
sometimes.
yeah. Sometimes the dude's not even out, but he's in a position where he's just taking damage and there's no way out, and the ref's like, you gotta move. All right, out. You're good. You won.
Yeah, I haven't seen enough fights to say which is better, but obviously I feel like I like watching UFC, although for the most part it's kind of like I don't know. I guess the brutality of it's entertaining. But, you
Yeah.
know, boxing can be good too, but I feel like
Doesn't get nearly as bloody and as like violent as like UFC does, bro. There's like bare knuckle, MMA matches. That shit is fucking brutal. That's one that I saw where dude was like knocked out on the ground. Homeboy was doing 12-6 elbows, which is banned in UFC because of a kind of a dumb rule. But homeboy was like doing 12-6 elbows on a dude whose head was on the mat, so there was no bouncing. It was just boom right to the head, just bah, bah. You could hear the cracking in there. You're like, oh fucking hell. There was also some dude that got kneed in the head so hard it caved his skull in. Anyway, so that's been the Overanalyzer for today. I have been your host, Roger. Acel and Jose have also been here. Say what's up, guys.
so
We will see you guys next time that we feel like recording a podcast for something we think you guys will enjoy. Thank you. Good
well,
night.
last thing we have to do the boozy giveaways.
All right, here's the boozy giveaway.
What's the word?
Oh my God, he's praying.
Oh my God, he's praying. All right.
Damn it, baby.
The word is oh my God, he's praying, and
1 unit of alcohol.
Same goes as always. It's 1 unit of alcohol.
At our discretion.
Bottles, beer, wine, etc. At our discretion, obviously.
Yes.
Just anybody, right?
Oh yeah, it doesn't matter. We can't
Honestly,
specifically call people out. Just whoever.
Just
tells
anybody.
us. Yeah.
Yes, exactly.
I think gotta be first.
You just gotta be
Yes.
first.
You're either
and it's
first
only,
or you're last.
It's,
And you know what's funny is someone told me that they listened to the whole podcast last time, but they didn't use the code word. So I'm like, you lying
You
motherfucker.
lying motherfucker.
You
Okay.
gotta use the code word.
So is it ones or one per person?
One per person.
We'll do one per person because we haven't had one in a while. So you heard it here first. Oh my God, he's praying, and then first one to get it to each of us. So you have a chance to get it. You have a 1 in 3 chance to get it. I mean, if you listen to the whole thing, which I
Yeah.
think is like 1 in 50 at this
Yeah.
point.
Yeah.
Whack.
Yeah. All right then. That's been us with the boys. We will come back when the season is over and try to do another podcast like we did last time.
Yeah. We'll definitely come back for Dune, which is not for another.
More than a year.
yeah, maybe we'll do one once we're all done reading the book.
Exactly. We'll figure something out.
Yeah.
Leave your info down in the comments. If you want to call in, let me know. No, I know nobody listens to us. I put it in the description. People don't say anything. I know nobody watches this. No, I'm just kidding.
It's going to be funny if we ever like keep doing this.
Listen to this. Hit the like button to let us know that you actually listen to
What's
it.
always funny is when like big channels or like big podcasts like blow up and then people go back to their early episodes and go like comment on it. If that were to happen to us, they'd be like, damn, these motherfuckers are bitter. They only got like 10 views at this point.
Why haven't we blown up yet?
Yeah, it's like-
we're recording.
Well, no,
we're
it's like
putting
that.
ourselves out there.
It's like that one meme that it's like, oh, is anybody going to want to listen to my music? And the other was like, yeah, this bitch at the grocery store.
I haven't seen that one.
Oh, he sent it in the chat.
Did you?
Yeah.
Oh.
All right, we'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.
You stopped recording, right? I had a kid on the way here.
You too?